Okay, we're gonna show you how to pull a shot, because obviously in an espresso machine, or to make an espresso coffee, the shot is the most important part. Okay, now there's a couple of factors, there's about 5 factors that go into pulling a good shot. Okay, one is having a good espresso machine. Okay, and all an espresso machine does is it shoots water under pressure through some coffee grinds to extract the oils out of it. And it's the extraction of the oils that are giving you the flavor of the coffee and the caffeine. Okay, so that's number one. The second thing you need to have is a good coffee bean. Okay, now I have another segment on choosing the right coffee bean, but you want a bold flavor. Okay, now it doesn't have to be an espresso bean, although a lot of people like espresso beans. I personally think espresso bean doesn't have a great flavor to it. So French roast is a little better. The Cafe Verona has a sweeter, more cocoa kind of flavor to it. Yeah, it's just a bold bean. Okay, the next thing you want is a good grinder. Now, I have my own grinder, and it's a burr grinder. Okay, there's blade grinders and there's burr grinders. Okay, now burr grinders are 2 blades, not 2 burrs, one on top, one on bottom, that comes together, and it holds it right at a certain distance, so that every time it grinds the beans, it grinds it at the exact same size, every one of them. Blade grinders are more inexpensive, it's a little cheaper, but they're not as consistent. Okay, and I personally rather have consistency. Now this one, I can adjust the time, how long it grinds, and I can adjust the fineness of the grind. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grind this. Okay, now the next thing you should have is a good temp. This is called a temp, and what a temp does is it packs the beans. Okay, packs the grinds in the portafilter. Okay, and now this is the tough part. This is where the art of coffee making comes in. Okay, so this is called a portafilter. Okay, we made some coffee earlier. Okay, and this is a basket. Okay, this is a basket. It pops out. Ooh, it's hot. Okay, it pops out like that. Now the portafilter should be clean. Okay, it shouldn't be black. Okay, it should be nice and clean. Okay, this one I just cleaned this the other night, so it's nice and clean. Okay, and that's the basket there. Okay, so you get your grind. See, this is a pretty bold, nice, dark, rich grind. Okay, now when you go and feel the grind, okay, it should be really, it shouldn't be pasty, and it shouldn't be too coarse. Really fine sand is what you're looking for. Okay, and there's a consistency. This is very consistent in its grind. That's why I love the burr grinders. Okay, it should be much finer than the sand you find on the beach or in a sandbox or something like that. Okay, it should be really fine. Okay, but not so fine that it's kind of pasty. Okay, so I pour my filter, and I always put a towel or something there because you always overflow a little. Okay. Okay. Now, you want to clean off the edges so you don't get the grinds all in the machine there. Okay. Now here's it. Now when you pack this, you don't want to pack it too hard. It's not like pack it as hard as you can, because if you pack it that hard, then the water won't go through. Okay, or it takes too long to go through. Because if it takes too long to go through, then you over extract it, and if you over extract it, then you get a very bitter coffee. Okay, but you don't want to pack it too light. Like I can't put it in like this because the water will go through really fast. And if it goes through too fast, then you don't extract enough of the oils, and you won't get a very strong coffee. Okay, so how hard to pack it? Well, not too hard and not too light. I can't tell you. It's a matter of how fine the grind is, the type of bean you're using, your espresso machine. All those variables goes into how you pack it. Okay, and so since I know my machine pretty well, I'm gonna pack it, and you want to pack it nice and evenly, so you get an even pull. Okay, clean it off. Okay, again, you don't want to overpack it. Okay, and you put it in tight. Okay, so when it pulls, it should be about somewhere between probably about 15 to about 25-second pull. Okay, less than 10 or 15 seconds, probably coming out too fast. Greater than 30 seconds, you're probably starting to over extract it. Okay, so let's see how well I did here. Now notice the thickness of the stream should be even, smooth, about the size of a noodle there. Okay, a wet noodle. Okay, and you want about an ounce in each cup. That's pretty good. Okay, so this is a pretty good pull. It's pretty even. That means I packed it evenly. Okay, now what's really important, see this brown stuff on top, this light brown stuff? Okay, that light brown stuff is called crema. Okay, that's what you want. Okay, that is where all the flavor is in the crema. Okay, and so, and the black stuff is down here, but you want that nice brown crema, okay, in every pull. Now, if you over extract it, you'll still get the crema, but you'll also get a burnt, bitter flavor. If you under extract it, then you won't get the crema. Okay, so this is what you want. You want the crema. Now, I like Americanos. Americanos are very simple cups of coffee. It's just the espresso, some sugar, cream. Okay, get a cup here. Okay, here's my cup. Okay, and get myself a spoon. Okay, I just like, some people will drink that straight. You drink that straight, you just drink an espresso. Okay, sometimes I do that. Depends on how I feel. Okay, so I just put some non-dairy creamer in my cup. Some sugar. Okay. Okay, and I just pour my shot in. Okay, and all I do is add hot water. Okay, this is kind of a strong cup of coffee because it's 8 ounces of water. Well, 6 ounces of water, 2 ounces of shots here. Okay, now, when you take a look at that cup of coffee, notice the crema is still floating on top. When you go to Starbucks or Pete's or something like that, and I ask for an Americano, if I don't see that brown film on top, I know they didn't pull the shot well. Okay, and so sometimes you know, you want a good cup of coffee, so you want that crema on top. So that's really good cup of coffee. Okay, so it's hot. It's a very bold flavor to it. Now, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the grinds out of here, and I brought a bucket over. Normally I just dump it in the garbage or something like that, but I want you to see the puck. Okay, now when you take it out, you got the grinds in the portafilter here. Okay, to get it out of the portafilter now, all you have to do is flip it upside down on a garbage can or something like that, and one hit and it comes out. Okay, now take a look at that. Okay, now because it hit the hard surface, it broke apart just a little bit there, but notice that it basically stayed in what's called a puck. Okay, one solid piece. Okay, if you're knocking it out and it crumbles a lot, like all over the place, then you didn't pack it enough. Okay, that tells you didn't pack it hard enough. Okay, but it should come out right, nice and neatly. And notice the basket here, okay, is all clean. Okay, it's just a little bit of grinds on it, but it's not too bad. Okay, and I just kind of take my finger and clean it out there. Okay, and now I'm ready to go make my next shot. Okay, so what you see afterwards is really important to see how well you did. Okay, is it a good puck or not? Okay, so again, you want the crema, you want it to pull at about a rate of I would say about 15 to 25, 30 seconds. No less than 15, no greater than 40 seconds. You want a good grind. You want that crema on top. You want to pack it not too hard, not too light. It's an art. It's an art. It takes time to learn. It took me months to get it down well, and I would still say I'm okay. Not perfect. Okay. Well, I hope you find this segment of making a good espresso helpful in your endeavors to make good espresso for people. Okay. Thank you very much.